Miss Manners?
Yes, darling. Yes, darling. Oh, hello, darling. Hello, I'm so sorry. I was just
Oh,
with all of my hula dancers poolside, darling.
oh yes. Very exciting event on the pool deck today.
Indeed, indeed. Did you see those gorgeous men?
I did. Yes. I had to tear myself away to deal with some management issues, but I've made sure to let them know my room number for later, to thank me.
Nice. That's a little risque, darling, consider they've all come to my room already.
I'm sure they have. Well, Miss Manners, I'm so glad that you're going to help me out with getting ready for the dance tonight with the makeup tutorial because your makeup always looks so perfect.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Yes. I really appreciate that vote of confidence, darling. I think that makeup is the secret to everything. It fixes all matters of things that are wrong with your face. It distracts attention from things people might not otherwise notice because you have amazing makeup on.
Miss Manners, do you already have makeup on for the makeup tutorial?
Oh, darling, no, I just naturally look this good.
Oh, your lips are that color.
Yes, naturally, darling.
Got you.
We can't all be naturally beautiful, and that's why we're doing this tutorial, so I can show you how to make yourself attempt to look beautiful. It is all a matter of light play and contrast and all these good things.
Well, I've been hearing so much about contrast. I can't wait to learn this because I didn't really know what it was.
Yes, darling. So we have a special edition makeup. So you can go online and you can go to these YouTube tutorials and they can tell you all about makeup and all the things you're supposed to do. But darling, we are in quarantine. We are running out of supplies, darling. So this is a quarantine makeup tutorial for when you're running low. I want to show you something very sad. May I, darling?
Yes, of course.
This is my makeup compact. No! This will not do, darling.
What are you going to do?
Desperate times call for fabulous measures. So it's important to realize in your own home, you will have some things that will be just perfect for this. So if you do not have any foundation and you do not have any compact powder, may I present to you the next best thing, darling. This is only available for some skin tones. You can also add a little bit of cocoa if you need to darken it up, but it's your good old-fashioned mayonnaise, darling. Mayonnaise, full fat, full fat. So what we are going to do, darling, just going to put a little bit on our face. So you can join in, darling, whatever you have, mayo or makeup, if you have any left. I wear a lot of makeup, so I'm actually running a little low, and you just blend it in, darling. It's so nice and delicious. It's so good.
Is that good for your skin, Miss Manners?
Yes, darling, it's amazing. I'm actually 847.
Oh!
With this mayonnaise regimen. I do like a day over 17. Be honest, darling, I don't answer that. Shut up.
You look amazing. So maybe I should try the mayo.
You should. It's very good. It brings all the boys to the yard. You don't even need a milkshake, darling. All right. Oh, let's see. Do we have anyone joining us live, darling? We do. We have 2 people joining us live. Hello, 2 people. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to send them a little comment. Thank you. Do we have anyone joining us live, darling? We do. We have 2 people joining us live. Hello, 2 people. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to send them a little comment. Just a moment.
Is it our mothers?
Yes, it's my mother, so I win by default. Not that it's a competition, although, it is. So if you're just joining us, I want to give you a quick rundown of what we've already done for our makeup, and that is slather on a nice layer of mayonnaise. This is perfect in a pinch when you don't have any kind of lotion or moisturizer, or you're looking to just add a little bit of base color as we get started. What's perfect also is it's available as a snack, darling.
Mine doesn't look as good as yours. Do you think just my regular
I'm not going to, darling. It's okay. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at this. I have this fancy ring light here. I'm gonna need a little bit more mayonnaise. Now is not the time to be shy, darling. If you've run out of facial cream, this also works well in the night. Cold cream, slather that right on.
Right.
Perfect. If you get a little bit on your headband, it's not a big deal at all. Just work with it. Okay. Perfect. That's good. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up. It's because.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look great.
Okay, darling. Next, getting rid of the excess foundation. We were moving on to blush. Now, in some cases, darling, people are out of blush. So what do we do in quarantine? We get creative, darling. We get creative. So here, I have a makeshift blush. Doritos, darling. Perfect rosy complexion. You're just going to take one of these, and you're going to eat it just to make sure it's fresh. That's fresh.
That's, I mean.
Oh, look at that, darling. You can
nice,
already see it coming through.
It's just a little.
Delicious. All right. You have that blush on yet?
I'm working on it.
Next.
Mine's not quite as much as yours.
Well, not many of us can be, darling. So if you're done with the blush, some people like to add bronzer. It depends on the climate that you're. This mayonnaise is burning a little bit, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. It's a little uncomfortable. But you know what, darling? The show must go on. Let's continue, but let's be quick about it. Then I have to make an appointment with my dermatologist, darling. Doritos bronzer.
Now, can you tell me about the placement of the bronzer? Because, you know, I've heard so much about contour and shadow, or I don't.
Just make it up as you go along, darling. It doesn't really matter. Nothing really matters anymore. I'm just going to put a little bit down here. This is really burning, darling. You may see me get some naturally. It would have been a good idea to practice this ahead of time and make sure that, you know what, darling? I think what's happened is I was supposed to use Dukes. It's clearly knockoff.
Oh my gosh, the whole South is crying right now at you.
I know, I got it at Lidl, darling. And then once you're done with your bronzer, this is what's great about organic makeup, like Cheetos for bronzer. You can just eat it right up. There's no mess, no fuss, darling. All right, are you good with what is that? What are you doing? Powder or bronzer? Contour, what are you doing, darling?
I have this, I mean, it's obviously not as fancy as yours, but it's like a little.
No, there's no other brand I prefer for bronzer, darling.
Yeah, so.
Let's keep this going. This burn is starting to make my eyelids itch a little bit. I do happen to still have some eyeshadow though, darling. So we're going to put the eye. No! Wait! Darling, you decide. Eyeshadow or eyebrow liner? Which one would you prefer we do first?
I'm not going to put anything on my eyebrows because they are already so.
Shut up, darling. Stop
Let's
talking
see
immediately.
how you fill yours in.
Okay. We're going to use the close-up camera for this, darling. Close-up camera for this. You're just going to put it on. And see, because I have already added the... Darling, please, makeup is serious. Because I have already added the foundation, aka mayonnaise, I can just simply put this on. It's already greased. It's going on so smoothly. You're just going to put... Amanda, are you okay, darling?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Gotta wipe that off. It's a little bit of extra foundation. And this is not actually a mirror. I'm watching the camera. This is how skilled I am, darling. It's going to be right here. Putting, you know what?
That looks
Quarantine, it's fine.
It looks
Just
so good.
go with it. Who are you trying to impress? You know, you're already impressive enough, everyone. Going to have to throw this makeup out after this tutorial. I don't think about that. Okay. Next, darling, we're moving on to eyeshadow. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your eyebrows look amazing. I love what you did with them.
Now, let me ask you a question. I have this palette of glitter eyeshadow, or I have this palette of just regular colors. Which do you
Glitter,
think?
darling, glitter. In case of emergencies, people can see you better in the dark. Always glow with the glitter.
Never thought
Get
of
your
that.
glow on, darling. Okay, I have this very neutral palette right here. Obviously, I like this one the best.
Yes.
You know what? For quarantine, to get my blush back out there, darling.
No.
Going to put that on instead. Why waste eyeshadow during quarantine when you can get creative with your snacks?
Okay. This glitter is just gonna have to go on the finger.
All right, darling.
So good. How did you get such straight lines without taping or anything?
Just that challenging. All right, I'm going to put on. Wait, where did my eyeshadow go? Did you take my eyeshadow, darling? No.
Oh, darling, I don't have it. Oh, there it
It's
is.
this gold color here. The gold color.
Yes.
This is amazing, darling.
It looks so good.
I know, darling.
You don't usually see those colors in most palettes.
Well, Miss Manners doesn't go with just the typical regular things. This is really still burning. Okay, I'm gonna move right along. Are you ready for the eyeliner, darling?
Ma'am.
Let's do it. You know, I have to say, Amanda, your makeup usually doesn't look this nice. Did you add a little bit of Dorito into that glitter?
I have to say, actually, it was popcorn dust.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Oh, these are so slippery. Oh, I cannot see. This is not an actual camera. I mean, it's a camera, not a mirror. So, yes. And it's very greasy because my face is slathered. If you're just joining us, my face is slathered in mayonnaise. And apparently my face is allergic to eggs and oil. Also salt. Okay. Good?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh. Okay. All right. What's next? Lips. Now, when you're doing quarantine, you're doing a lot of these conversations through the internet, through the interwebs, and it can be very hard to see people clearly. So you want to make sure that people can see your lips very nicely. So it's very important to put on generous amounts of lipstick. This is a gloss. There was another lady that was in the quarantine group that was asking about my gloss.
Oh, Christine.
Christy, it's Sexy Lip Paint. Sexy Lip Paint. This cost -$2. They actually paid me to take this off their hands. That's how amazing I am with this. All right, generous, generous, darling, generous, darling, generous, darling, generous, darling. This is, I want to remind everyone, Amanda is doing a great job considering this is not a mirror, it's a camera. So there is somewhat of a delay, but we're just working with it, darling. And I like to call this the day look. And then you can also incorporate a little bit heavier look for the night look.
Miss Manners, do you recommend mascara or no? You're
Yes, I do, darling. Mascara is a great idea. Trying to see. I can hardly see right now. I feel like my eyes are swelling shut. But let's just have you do the mascara, darling.
Okay, darling. I will do this for you so that we can get this done.
While you're doing that, I'm going to see if there might be a way to try if I can do false eyelashes, darling. I've never done this before. What I have here, everyone, is just your everyday string cheese. Quarantine drastic measures. Let's see what happens. We're just going to peel off a piece of cheese. You have these naturally built-in what are they called? Eyelashes, darling.
Oh
I need
my.
an adhesive. Oh my gosh, you can see my roots. I'm so sorry about that. I haven't been able to make it to the salon. They were jam-packed. The quarantine salon was jam-packed, darling. You must be making a killing over here.
I'm loving it.
So I personally do not have any eyelash glue left in quarantine, so I'm using the next best thing, natural peanut butter, darling. It is so you have to go natural. Go natural or go home, and you're already home, so you have no choice but to go natural. So we're just going, and it's crunchy, darling. It's crunchy. It adds texture. String cheese.
Miss Manners, you're nothing if you're not dedicated.
Perfect. Look at that amazing wing tip, darling.
I love that low-hanging flutter look that you have.
Thank you, darling. I had a nickel for every time someone called it that. And there you are, darling. Best part is anything that's left over becomes an afternoon, mid-morning, late-night snack.
No, Miss Manners, I don't know if this is still in fashion, but I remember growing up, people would give themselves a beauty mark. And
yes, darling.
I'm just wondering, how do you recommend doing that?
I'm so glad you asked, darling. Are my eyelids still open? This pot of searing pain right now. Oh, I lost an eyelash. Hold on. It's the great thing about this natural. You can just stick it back on, darling. Yes. So you can also use the peanut butter, the natural. Crikey, it fell off again. You can also use the peanut butter. Oh, that looks even better. That looks even. Look at that. Oh.
Yes.
Tender profile pic right here. Okay. But you can also. Okay. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Beauty mark. Damn it. Okay. Just hold on. Please be patient. We're in quarantine. We have plenty of time.
That's true.
Okay. We're just going to leave it, darling. Just leave it.
I think
Life
just
is short.
Really stylish.
Chocolate chips, darling. Beauty marks. Why
how do you
at one? There you go, darling. You don't want to look too pretty.
That is a concern. You're right.
I'm going to hold this here, darling.
There you go.
So, as you can see,
Myself
quarantine makeup. I can't see that, darling. You have to make it bigger.
Right. Oh.
That is a beautiful little baby. Mine's moving a little bit. It might be melting. Is mine melting on my face a little? Maybe.
So. I think it's just sliding down the peanut butter.
I used mayonnaise this time.
Oh.
But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Quarantine makeover to the stars. I'm available for bookings. My calendar is wide open.
I can't believe you were able to make time for us, honestly, again.
I do what I can for the little people of the world, darling. So, oh, you know what? I hear the hula dancers calling me. I've got to go, darling. Thank you so much. Everyone stay beautiful.
Thank you, Miss Manners.
Bye, darling.
Bye.